All right, discovery, the Rat Pack. So when Rob came to me, he talked about the Rat Pack being this very glamorous group and that their life was a stage. So wherever they walked, whatever they did, it wanted to be kind of surreal in its nature because their world and who they were and what they were about was kind of surreal. America was completely on top. It was like 59 to 63. The JFK had just gotten in the office. It was a brave new world with wonderful, promise. So in taking that inspiration, I turned to the master of high-key lighting, George Hurrell. If the Rat Pack's life was become a stage, this is the perfect reference. He was the master of this style of lighting, and I felt it would give the director a unique, timeless feel he was looking for. I set up every lighting setup, blocked every scene with this in mind so I could deliver this style. With the assistance of a black net, this is that Fagall French net I talked about, on the rear of the lens, and an antique suede Tiffin No. 2 filter. Again, I'm a jaundice guy, so this is kind of a yellowy, antique-y, kind of tea-stained filter called the Antique Suede No. 2. I was on my way to delivering a mood and a tone that said glamorous. So here is the style of lighting, the simplicity of just one light with the drop shadow on her, the key-on-key lighting that is happening on Bogey. How high, look at how steep that key light is, where her nose shadow is literally going across her lips, but she still has the light in the eye. Or the use of strong backlight to be able to separate our actors and actresses out of the background, or to use the overexposure to completely bloom. This is a scene from the Rat Pack. This is Dean's introduction. It's the first time that we ever see him. And I wanted this to be kind of very unique. And we're going to be doing a push in. And we reveal him coming through the crowd. And this is when movie stars just hung out with like everyone. It wasn't like Kim Kardashian kind of kicking it on the side of Sunset Boulevard and getting blasted by 5 million paparazzis. This was him literally showing up as a movie star and a singer in the casino that he was performing in, and the hoopla that it created back in the late 50s. And here we go.
Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. America and all the ships at sea. Let's go to press. Newsflash. If you had any doubt that Dean Martin can make it without Jerry, cast that doubt aside. Besides Martin's hit songs and sold-out concert appearances, his performance in The Young Lions as the happy-go-lucky Dame Chaser should do for him what From Here to Eternity did for his pal, perennial bad boy Francis Albert. And with his top 10 hit, Memories Are Made of This, and #1 smash, Volare, it's safe to say Dino's a talent here to stay.
Oh, Nelly, how'd y'all get in my room?
Hey, Dean, Miss Jerry?
That question's so old, it's biblical, pal. Let's hear.
Here comes Dino. Let him run to 20,000 and tell him to call home immediately.
Hey, Charlie, mind if I take a whack? Gather around, everybody. Ooh, well, what do you know? A drink. For me? So, feeling lucky? You'll excuse me while we share a private moment here.
Hit me.
26. A winner. My table. New rules, doll.
Excuse me. Sorry to disturb you, Mr. Martin, but Mr. Sinatra is on the phone.
Madon, El Padron himself. Well, you tell him I'm busy.
He says it's urgent.
Frank was born urgent, pal. Well, you'll all excuse me. Nature calls.
Okay, camera blocking. Position the camera so that it's on the opposite side of the key light. These are just rules to try and go by. And here's an example of it. I'm over here, and I have the downside to camera, right? So the contrast that I'm building, it's exactly what we did over in Crazy Beautiful. It's like we were on the side that was darkest. So we were on that downside. It's very elegant. I think it's a very amazing way to go about it. Some people tend to go the opposite side, and I actually did that on this. Did anyone see that I flipped the key? Yes. Okay. I flipped the key because Dean Martin looked better lit from the left. The light study we did on Joe Mantango, we found that when lensing up Joe frontally, he looked more like Dean Martin lit from the camera left side, which is this. So now I'm on the camera side and the key is on the camera side. So this is things that we change. We could not light it all from the left side. I couldn't light her from the left side because there was a big column over here. There was all these physical things that made it impossible, so we went with this. I'm making his downside more contrasty to give me that contrast, right? Because now I went a little darker here because he's more flat lit to me. So that's the only place I have to really build contrast. Now you go to the close-up, the key light is on him, and then I put a light bulb, just a bare bulb, that I ripped the shade off of and stuck it down on the blackjack table, and that illuminated his eye there. Now her side, we're flopping the key, so he's lit from the left, she's lit from the left. But because we were in this kind of very controlled environment, and then I'm going to show you how I lit them. I lit them with a very focusable, soft light. It was a medium chimera with a honeycomb. Now, hindsight being 2020, what we learned over at Crazy Beautiful, see how this hair in the foreground is kind of bright. It's taking my eye away from Joe. So on the day, I probably would have put a double or a double and a single on this hair, so my eye went more to him. But I could, in DaVinci Resolve, put a nice little window around this and suck that down so my eye is definitely directed to him. Knowing what your post tools and what you can do in post are very, very important in your toolbox as a cinematographer to increase your speed. Understanding that you have these powerful tools like windows and dynamics, so you can bring up exposure and bring it down, and you can adjust the frame very easy and zoom in and push in, and all these make it a lot faster for you as a cinematographer. Because a lot of times I'll be lighting a scene and I'm looking like, okay, we're behind, and I have a wall that is going to take about 15 more minutes to really take down and take that light off of the wall. I will make a judgment call at that point. Bail on it, and I know in DaVinci I'll put a window right there and take it down in post. On every frame that I've ever done on any movie, I vignette every frame. So I take a window and I create a vignette that goes like this. And I just suck that down a little bit on all the edges, and it directs your eye right to the center. Every movie since the DI was invented, from Into the Blue all the way up to Fathers and Daughters, I've vignetted every frame. And it's just a post thing. You put it in there, and you just ripple it throughout. And wherever it doesn't work in the frame, you just move it a little bit. Like if they're not dead center, if they're over to the left, you just quickly, ripple it through the whole deal, and then slide it around. It's definitely very subtle, but it's enough to darken those edges so it's directing your eye. So why did I break the rules again? If he was 3/4 to us just showing his second eye, then we could light him on either side. All the camera placement decided how I lit the scene. So remember when he first came into the scene, he was lit from the right-hand side. But his main eye line, and this was our key frame. The key frame of Joe walking into the casino was the Sands Casino behind him. That shaft of, I don't know what light it was. It just looked cool. This golden light that was coming from the second story, coming up the stairs, that then he comes through and overexposes, and we push into this moment. Okay, so this is what the net does. See that little rainbow pattern? That's a really cool thing that it does to highlights. So it blooms the highlight and then gives you a little rainbow pattern. When you put that on, it takes a half a stop down from the lens. So you always want to take that into consideration. With a digital camera, you don't have to worry about it. With film, obviously, you got to factor that into your meter. Fogal, F-O-G-A-L. It's actually stretch more when you go tight. On the Rat Pack, only one guy could do it. It was Gary. Gary had done all the tests. Rob fell in love with the look. So anytime we had to, a net went bad or we had to net another set of lens, only Gary would do them. He would do a little tighter stretch on the tight lenses and a little looser stretch on the mediums and even a little looser for the wides. He was like a little artist with this whole net stretching. And if he went off and he started shooting like pickups for me, second units, and a net went bad, we're like, where's Gary? And we're like, well, he's down the block a couple. No, he's not. He's coming back. So he would literally bring him back and he would re-stretch it, because if he didn't do it, then it was all off. And how do you tell people, oh, I stretch it just this much? It's like muscle memory, cell memory. So, yeah, you got to just get one person to do it. And if that is the look that everyone signs off on, that person has to continue to do it, because you'll never replicate it. I've been burned before. Okay, so here he is coming into the club. Does it make sense to have a 7K xenon 2 stories below blasting through in the middle of a Sands casino in 1959? No. But does it look cool? Absolutely. You know, this is, again, the push-in, the Sands, and the keyframe. Voosh. Oh, I went too far. Tish, tish, tish. Oh, yeah. Look at that. I use those old strobes. That's just a little paddle. Poof, poof. I was hitting them as I went. That's where he looked like Dean. I could get away with him looking like Dean if I lit him from the right and I didn't really show him very frontally. When he was looking right down the lens to that girl, if we lit him from this side, it started lighting stuff underneath his chin. He didn't have his definitive chin line, which Joe Montana doesn't and Dean Martin did. So it all started to fall apart. So, you know, it's just like in there looking, and on the light study, we found all the different angles. I mean, I'm trying to go through this so I can take as much feedback from all of you and try to look at all the positions of the light. But if I'm with one actor in a half hour, I can systematically move the light up, down, hard, soft, under, over. All that stuff is happening very fast. Okay, 3 things to remember. Key on key lighting style. We kind of went into it over here on the light study. Using the backlight as a separation to be able to separate somebody out of the blackness. And then also using the background as a backlight of illuminating the background, not necessarily having to use a backlight, and letting that do exactly that. So, we are going to go over to the Rat Pack set that we've kind of built here. So I'd love for all of you to hop up, and we'll move over here and start to set this light up. Now, we're going to start building this one light at a time. The first light we're going to strike is our key light, which is the first stroke. Now, I want to show you light control and then get rid of it. So let's snap it on. Okay, so this is what we call the chimera with a 60-degree honeycomb. Now, if we did not have that honeycomb, this is the beauty of the chimera. Okay, it's a soft box. There's no light spilling anywhere. There's no black wrap required. There's none of this stuff. It's all in this soft box. If we remove this, whoa, okay, that controls, yeah, focus over there if you could. Thank you. So this really flies everywhere. There's light hitting the ceiling. There's light hitting the floor. There's light hitting everywhere. So now let's put it back. Okay. And now let's raise it up because I had my light very high. You're going to have to go up a little higher. Oh, and you need to tilt up a little bit, it looks like. Why don't you come down, tilt up just a pinch. Oh, right there. Go up. Go up. All right, go ahead. All right. Okay. Now, we want that wedge there. So we're creating that wedge. And we got the eye and a half that we had on Dean. We've gone a little high on this light. It's not getting into his eye. So let's come down so we get that in his eye. So coming down. Okay. All right, there we go. Now we got it in his eye. All right. So there's our kind of wedge on Jim. All right. Now we're going to set our backlight. So let's snap that on. We got half blue on that. Okay, come up full 140% slowly. There you go. Okay. So that's our searing kind of coolish blue edge that we had on him. That's a Lico. The reason I use Licos, like if I would love to bring haze to this environment. We did it at our first Irvine event and set all the smoke alarms off and completely evacuated the whole hotel. It was awesome. So, yeah, the producers were like, we're not doing that again. I'm like, copy that. Okay, so we're not doing that again. But if you're using smoke, Licos are very good because you're only using them in the area that you want lit. So if I wanted to put this specific backlight on him, which you saw Joe Montanga walk out of the shaft of the golden light and then into that perfect backlight where he hit his mark exactly, that scenario is because I have the leaves controlled on that light. And what it does is if there was smoke back here, okay, right? This light, let's pan that light. You got to shape it in a little bit more, leaf it in so it's just on him and not behind. Yeah, right? That's pretty good. Okay, so if I'm smoke back here, if that was a Fresnel, I'm smoke, I'm atmosphere, okay? If that was a Fresnel light, the thing would be going all over the place. And it would be lighting all that smoke up, which means it just makes your background really like mushy. But with the Lico, it doesn't come in contact till right there. So I'm not lighting any smoke back behind him. It's only focused into the area that is specific. So now let's look at a little half soft frost to soften that a little bit. Oh, there. Ooh. Pull it back. There you go. Nice. Now I feel like, all right, now we need a little fill light. So now let's fire up our fill. Okay. And now I think that's a little too flat. So let's come around here. Sorry, let's move that thing a bit. Okay. We'll go back behind the light. Okay. And angle it that way a little bit. There we go. And now we'll drag this thing, Alex, this way.
Can also be cranked up too.
That's okay. I'll pan and just light that corner. All right, what's the color temp?
3230.
Okay, go to like 3800. Let me get a little bluer. And now, what's our volume on that? Go up full. Okay, take your eye line. Okay. So now, what I like to do here is a lot of times I like 4x8s this way because I can then, per the face, I can open it up. See how that lowers the contrast by just panning over that way a little bit? Or, see that? Look at how much it wraps them. Flat, contrast. Now, from everyone that loves to also light on the opposite side of the key light, that likes to fill, what we're doing here is we're accenting Jim's, cheekbones and everything. If we come over here, no matter what the level is of when we, bring it down, we're still on a flatter plane and flatter with the light to camera, so it's not going to have the nice mood. Well, no, let me just pan it a little bit. Let me look at this monitor for a second. Okay. All right. That's looking nice. So we got the snappiness of our Lico light. And I'd say let's come around a little more with the Lico. So go down the wall a little bit with that. So keep on going. Come towards me. Come towards the Variac. Okay. Well, looks pretty nice. Okay. All right. Now let's show you what it would look like if we put the fill on the other side. And then also, do we have a Felix light? I'd like to use that so I can show people the 500. Yeah. Just get it. Okay. So now let's dial that down because it's a little bright. Okay. Hold there. All right. So we can lower lower the fill a little more in regards to its volume. Somebody? Okay, just turn it down. Oh. Okay. But there's a sense to it that it just feels, I don't know, it doesn't feel, now lower it a little more. Oh, come back up. Oh. Again, it flattens his facial features out. He's losing the dimension of his cheekbones, and also it's lighting everything up underneath his chin here. It's flat to us. So let's go ahead and bring the light back around. And I'll show you with a Felix, we'll bring the Kino Flow back so we can use that. But come on around so you're back where we were there, Alex and Darren. Thank you. Okay, hold there. All right. So what I like to do with this is, because this is kind of a Fresnel, bam, this is one bright light. Okay. We can turn it down so we were in the 3,800 degree area, okay, and then we can do it so we can, a TV effect gag.
What's the equivalent of that at full blast? Is that like a...
But I'm using this for all my TV gags from now on. It's unbelievable. You know how TV gags, because the television, it's a bluer tone, and then if something comes on that's a little warmer, then it warms up the face. Well, you can do this by just playing with the volume and playing with the warmth. You're coming down, it changed the different scene, then it goes warm, and then it goes, right? And then I used to have to do this with 3 lights bouncing into, I'd put like airy 350s or 300s in there, and one would have blue and one would have orange, and then you put it on the Magic Gadget, and everyone's making all these little, all these little things. And now it's like, oh, I can do that. It's like, ooh, I can even shift it to green. Oh, now it's dark. Ooh, it's like, ooh, oh, yeah. You're able to do it so quickly with this LED technology. All right, so we'll go back there and gives you all color temp. So you can go, this goes 2,800 all the way up to 6,500. So we can definitely go way, way up in color. Now let's say green. There's a whole green shift, so I can go either green or I can go magenta. Exactly. What I love is how true the color spectrum is. It's like I'm really, like that's nice light right there. So I've dialed that in a little warmer. We got a nice wrap on the fill. Now do that side by side with my flat one we had before. Okay, so just adding that Fresnel and adding the ability to pan it around a little bit. Now let's pan it a little bit to the left there, Alex. Pan left so it doesn't wrap him so much. The one on the left is the Kino Flow fill. Okay. And now go back, pan back to the right now. Oh, come back to the left. Right there. Yeah, same position. It's just using a different style of light. Okay? Now, let's say we wanted to make this a backstage vibe, right? It's backstage. He's about ready to go on, so he's not in the middle of the casino. So, we flip this off, right? And we, let's do that stuff first. Okay, let's get the bokeh cracking. So take that one, go to the right. Going to the right. Hold right there, lower it down. Lower it down, dive. Hold there. Put the camera to 850. It's at 1600. Thank you, Peter. Okay, go to the left. With the light, left. I want a little flare, but not too much. Oh, right there. Come back. No, go up a little bit. Oh, right there. Go up. Nice. Too much. Come back down. So this is this whole duty that you see back here is what I call the bokeh unit. When I roll out on movies, the electricians hate this. Okay, I'll go, okay, Momo, it's time for bokeh. Oh, no, right? So I'll be like running a walk and talk on the streets and pulling back with them. And they're pushing by their carts, and their carts are filled with a putt-putt generator, all these like Felix lights, little stands, sandbags, and all this stuff, and they go about 8 blocks deep. They're hounded by homeless people. People yell at them and scream at them. It's like the worst job in the world, but so essential because we're creating all these out-of-focus highlights, and we take a warm one that looks like a street lamp. We take a green and a red that looks like traffic lights, and all that kind of plays in the background. So as you're pulling the two individuals in the foreground, the out-of-focus set of lights look really pretty and nice. Okay, so that's looking nice on his flare. Now let's go to, yes, that one there, and tilt it down a little bit. It's flaring me a little bit. Tilt down. Okay, good. All right, the blue one, lower that one down a little bit. The right one. Yeah, that one. It's flaring me a little too much. Right there. Oh, come back up. Right there. Okay, good. Now on the other one. Well, we're just number 2. Tilt it up. Good. Okay. Now on the Kino Flow, 4 foot. Move it to camera right, lamp left. Go. Okay, hold there. Good. Go up with it. This is our Sands Casino neon. Ooh, but it's straight. It's not sexy. And hold there. Gee, where are you going, Larry? Okay, now bring up the 2-footer. Okay, nice. All right, now bring that third one in. Make it blue. Dim it all the way down. Okay, and in some more. In. Nice, and a little more. Okay, now down, lower, all the way down to the ground. Down. Okay, right there. Okay, cool. Okay, so that's looking nice. We got our half soft frost on there. Okay, we got our nice edge on him, edging him out. Okay, now let's say we want to go for a, backstage look. So let's go ahead and kill this light. Okay, and then we'll blue this one up. Okay, and take it down. All right, and we're looking like that. And then dim that Lico down just a little bit. Okay, I'll pull the blue gel off of it. Oh yeah, look at this. Now, Dean Martin never drank on stage. He used apple juice. So the whole time that everyone thought he was, drinking and getting drunk on stage, it was all an act and all apple juice. Now look what we've done. We've motivated by warming that light up. It looks like it's coming from those Kino flows beautifully. It looks like this is some stage lights in the back. And then this blue source is on stage. It's where the Rat Pack is, and he's about ready to go on stage. And let's say the MC is, and Dean Martin. And then, the crowd goes crazy, and we dim him out to black. So, it's like you can really, and the spotlight hits him, and walk out there, Jim. Right? Okay, so 95 mil, let's look at let's break it first, so put a 3 up. So I want to show, this is the black satin, so we're going to go very heavy, and we're going to hit it with a 3, which we shouldn't be hitting it with. But I just want to kind of show you the thickest, and then we can work our way down. Okay, so that's the 3, so you can kind of see that halo effect. So then pull it out. Okay, and then back in. Okay, so it's creating that gauze effect, that kind of what the net was doing, right? It's kind of opening up the blacks. So this is before and after up on the side by side. So it's definitely creating a lower contrast look, which I think would fit very close to the nets, but we're not having that. Supposedly there's a new filter that's out that's supposed to replicate the rainbow effect that happens when you use a net, but it's not obviously putting it on the rear of the lens. I haven't tested that one. Okay, so that's a 3. Let's go to a 1. Okay, now give me side by side with that. Okay. So we're getting a little more contrast behind his head. That's where I'm seeing it, right? It's darker. Now go to a 1/2. But I really like this diffusion. Black satin. Tiffin black satins. So it gives you that bloom. It gives you that aura. Does 1/2 is as low as we go? Okay. All right. So obviously we have lights flaring the crap out of it. Lower down the blue light back there, Larry. Yeah, come down and move it left. There you go. Okay. All right, come back a little bit with it. Okay, now raise it up. Ho, come back down. Ah! Right there. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So now let's lose the black satin. And let's switch out to Home Depot. We've seen backstage. We've seen him walking into the casino. Now we're going to take all these amazing lights that we have that are about $15,000 worth of beautifulness, or $20,000, and we're going to break it down to $200 from lights from Home Depot. Okay? All right. So let's bring it in. So we're going to start with our key light, which has to replace the Chimera. And that's going to be our battens, the battens that I talked about. It is a 1x4 with ceramic sockets, and it's in line. Okay, there's 11 of them. Okay. All right, get this out of here, please. Now, when you see these, you can see how spotty they are. This is the whole secret to the light, is full spot is everything. Conrad Hall, who lit with every light full spot, and then he scrimmed it down to the right ratio. This is because it's a more flattering, it's a softer light because you're filling the Fresnel. Okay, come on down to 85. Okay. Oh, no, go 110. 110. Okay. All right, perfect. Okay, so let me have some half blue. Now these lights tend to be always very warm. So let's take our color temperature meter out. 2570. So we got to get this in the realm of 3140 is where the Chimera was. And get that fairly close to the light. That's half blue. Yeah. 3110, right on the money. We were at 3140 with the Chimera, and now we're at 3110 with this. 30 degrees off. Okay? So now we're going to fire up our Lico light, which is now a 90-watt halogen. 50%? Go up to 110. Okay? Go 120. Okay. All right, let me see what that's looking like. Okay, great. All right, now we need some fill. So the fill sources I use like little clamp lights. That's a clamp light with a 90-watt halogen spot. And now we'll come in and we'll get our fill light over here. Okay. There we go. Now it looks like we have the right gel on this, but the wrong gel on that one. So let's go half blue on that one. This one's right?
I'll just cut off the excess.
Oh, okay.
You got it?
Okay. Now we're missing our blue backlight. So we'll use another 90-watt spot right here. And we'll take this, we'll fire this baby up and give us our little backlight. Bam! So what I do with these is go a little more lamp left with it. Lamp left, lamp left, lamp left, lamp left, go, 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 go. Get behind them. Okay. Now raise it up. Oh, now go left a little more. Oh, right there. Go back right. Give me that flare. Okay. Now waste it off of him. So pan it off so it's not so harsh. So you take him out of the beam. Pan right. Oh, back left. Back left. Oh, right there. Okay. All right. So we got that. Now we got our clamp lights. So let's get on our clamp lights. So these are lights. This is kind of my bokeh patrol that I do. They're little clamp lights, and the 6-inch. Let's get that thing out of there. Kill that one right there that keeps on turning on. Perfect. Kill it. Kill it. Okay. Now these are. I just take yellow high heat Krylon paint that you can get at Home Depot, and you just spray the bulb. And obviously, as a bulb, it will burn it off, and then you just spray it some more. So we have that way you don't have to spend like $5 or $8 on a blue bulb. You can just do 100 watt and then just spray it. So here's our yellow one. So pan that one left and tilt down. Tilt down and go up a lot. Up, up, up. Go, go, go. Ho, right there. All right, blue one, move it to the left. Ho. Red one, up. Slide it to the right. Ho there. Okay. All right. So now, if we wanted to diffuse the backlight a little bit, let's bring in the shower curtain. So this is Bed Bath & Beyond, baby. Okay, let's go up with that. Let's see if we need it. I kind of like having a little bit of it. Okay. What's your percentage there? Go up to 140. Let's see. Now, it looks like our wedge. We've lost our wedge a little bit. I need to come this way. Okay. And we need to lower it so we get into his eye. We got our wedge there. There we go. Nice. Okay. Now the fill. Okay. All right, give me side by side. Hollywood versus Home Depot. All right, so here's our playback, which this is our Hollywood style of lighting, and this is our Home Depot over here. Okay? It's pretty darn close. I mean, the ability of lighting this with $200 is pretty powerful. So what this is to prove is not to now go and raid Home Depot and start using these lights. It's more about, it's about light and not necessarily the units, right? It's the positioning of that light and the color of the light and the contrast of your light and all these things. Now, somebody said, Shane, now, really, what movie have you ever used this on? Mr. 3000, greatest game ever played, Swing Vote, Something New, Act of Valor, Waist Deep, Terminator Salvation, Deadfall, Need for Speed, Fathers and Daughters. Yeah, 10. Okay? 60 to 70% of all the movies that I've ever done. And I think I'm missing 3. This light is a very powerful tool because it's a line of light. When you look at a Kino flow, what is a Kino flow? It's a line of light. This is the same kind of technology, but it's a spot. So if you look at the light, it's just playing on his face right now. It's not flying all over the room like the Chimera did. See, it's not playing on a lot on the ceiling. It's still just angled on his face. If we didn't have that Chimera on, the honeycomb on that Chimera would have gone all over the place. So we use the Chimera mixed with, a single source, which is a hard light, but now we're softening it with the diffusion. This is a very soft source because it's 4 feet wide. It's the same kind of idea. We don't have any diffusion on this at all, and the quality looks exactly the same, pretty much to the T. And this is a much harder source. My God, it's 11 bulbs in a line. But there's something that happens with this light that is so, it defies physics. Basically, the 85 with 11 to 12 bulbs gives you the output of a 5K. So this is a 5K with, 800 watts. What I've found is anytime you start to shrink the size of it, it obviously makes it a harder source. So I have them in 4 foot, 6 foot, 8 foot, some 2 foot, 3 foot, 1 foot for like little areas to hide them in places. But mainly the one that's the stellar one that I use most of the time is a 4 foot. And if I was in this ballroom and I wanted to light a sequence, I would literally encircle the whole ballroom with them. They would all be rigged up into the soffits there so you couldn't see them on the wide shot. And then I'd bring up, if we were going to do this and I wanted to look this direction on Jim and I wanted him backlit, then I'd bring up 2, bring up 3, bring up 4, and that would backlight him. And then over here, I'd bring up, 8, 9, 10, and now he'd be side lit. And then we'd turn around and, okay, kill those. All right, fire up, 14, 15, 16, bring up 3. It's like you're able to spin around. That's how I light all my movies, is literally surrounding the set with these battens. And it's bringing them up and bringing them down and killing those and killing these and then working practicals within the scene. So this is shower curtain. This is half soft frost exactly. Okay. This is, you can buy a Bed Bath & Beyond at like, $3 or $4.99. Okay. Then if you want to soften things up and you want to create that backstage look, well, bring in the blue bed sheet. Okay. Now we just take a blue bed sheet. Now these have to be 300 thread count. Okay? All right, swing it out. Okay, there we go. A little softer. Okay, so rip the gel off of there. Dim that down to 60%. Okay, come up in intensity. Come up on the backlight. There you go. All right. Let's come down with the blue one, like physically lower it. Okay, there you go. And pan it right. A little more. Okay, there. Now, to kind of help this out, because I can't blue it up to 6,500 degrees like he had, we'd have to go with more blue gel and everything on that. So let's do that. Let's double that thing up real quick. You got a clip on you? That doesn't help me. No. Thank you. All right. Okay. So now we're bluing it up a little bit. Let me see what I got it to. Yeah, I'm only gonna able to get it to like 3,500. There's no way I'm gonna go full on there, but you can kind of get the point. We can get there to some extent with a little more bluing. We'd get it. And he's got his apple juice and he's ready to go. All right, awesome. So some other options for diffusion are white bed sheets. You don't need bleach muslin and all these expensive things. I use these white bed sheets, blue bed sheets. If you want them a little warmer, we even have khaki. Do we have the khaki one? So you can go natural on, which is nice. It kind of warms it up and gives you, a little more of a really, really deep, warm kind of feel. All right, let's head back over. Thank you very much for all your help on that. And let's kill these lights, and I'll show you the DIY concept taken to a whole other level.